A woman gets pregnant, that is not a human being.
So, I mean, through the third trimester. The third trimester goes all the way up to 40 weeks.
Okay, but to the end of the third trimester.
Yep, I don't think we have a limit in the bill.
So, where it's obvious that a woman is about to give birth, she has physical signs of that she is about to give birth, would that still be a point at which she could request an abortion if she was so certified? She's dilating.
Mr. Chairman, that would be a decision that the doctor, the physician, and the woman would
I understand
make at
that. I'm asking
point.
if your bill allows that.
My bill would allow that, yes.
They had a little paper med cup with just a pill in it and a glass of water. And they told me that I would just take that pill and it'd be one of two pills and it would begin the abortion and then I'd be free to go. I was, there by myself with this pill that would change my life. It was the most excruciating pain I have ever felt. I felt like it was kind of a penance for me. It was like menstrual cramps times 1,000. It was like my insides were spasming. I was basically just in my room for weeks and weeks and weeks. I started drinking pretty heavily. I couldn't stop thinking about what if I hadn't made that decision. It was absolute torture. The drinking got completely out of control. We broke up about 2 months before the wedding date, and I had completely pushed him out of my life. Like, he was pretty much just a roommate. I felt like I didn't fight hard enough for my baby, and then he didn't fight hard enough for me. Once my wedding date came around, I ended up in a bathtub with a bottle of Jack Daniels crying to the song that we were supposed to dance to on our wedding day in my wedding dress. It was very dramatic and kind of ridiculous looking back on it, but at the time I felt like it was the most poetic thing to do on that day. Still not completely back to myself, if I'm being completely honest. Physically, it kind of made my cramps worse. I bleed more heavily during my periods. It's like every time my period would come, I'd be reminded of that whole procedure. Every year on that date, I kind of put a little bit of time aside to kind of sit with myself and think this would have been my baby's birthday, they would have been this old, I'll write a letter in my diary to the baby, whatever therapeutic thing I can do for myself. After getting sober, I met my husband and we're expecting our first child now. I know none of that would have happened had I not made the decision that I did. To be carrying a child after choosing not to carry another, I feel that apologetic, waves kind of come with me that I'm choosing to keep this one and I didn't choose to keep the other one. And it's almost like I have to apologize to the idea of my first baby. I can't carry that guilt into this pregnancy. It doesn't necessarily get better, it just gets different. Your life will change forever, regardless of what decision you make. It's just learning to have a different life after that. That's really important.